Tradeify has made some rule changes that are going to benefit you as a trader, and I'm super excited to go over this. I feel very strongly about some of these rule changes. We're going to go over that. Guys, first thing is first, you have widely requested I open a Discord, link in the bio or link in the description. Go join up. We go live in it every single morning and every single power hour, so be sure to join up on it. Also, guys, I'm doing a free masterclass over my initial balance strategy live in Discord. So if you want to catch that free masterclass over my initial balance trading strategy, go join up. Again, link in the description. Join up on the Discord. It's going to be a great time. We're doing that on the 27th of this month. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be a good time. Be sure to do that, guys. Like the video, subscribe, and let's jump into the changes. We all know Tradeify is the new prop firm offering straight to funded in the space, right? They came out. They are the new talk on the street, right? Alongside of Fast Track Trading. Fast Track kind of came in and set the wave for the straight to funding, and now we got Tradeify coming in and starting to make some moves and getting a lot of traders coming into their prop firm. And they just made some key rule changes that we're going to go over. But before I do, I want to show you guys something, because this is honestly pretty cool to share. Guys, they just did their first payout. Check this out. This is the payout certificate for Michael, I believe is how you say his name, for $7,500. This is their first payout. So they are paying their traders. $7,500 went to Michael. Congrats to him. This is their first payout. I'm sure there's gonna be many more to come, which I'm super excited to have and see Tradeify roll out. So let's jump into the rule changes. First thing is first, bots and algos, right? Bots and algos. You are not allowed to purchase any bots or use any bots unless they are your own. If you have your own algorithm, they really don't care if you use it. Just don't go out and purchase any bots or algos, because they will flag you and it will be an issue, and they will talk to you about that. So just make sure that if you're trading, I'm honestly kind of against algos. I don't use them. I feel like if you're relying on an algo, you don't really know why you're taking the trade, why the algo is taking the position, or why it's even exiting the position, right? So that's the one reason why I'm against them. Now, if you're an experienced trader and maybe you just want to simplify everything, right, and automate your trading, then maybe I could see that. But if you're a newer trader, I highly recommend you just don't use bots in general, because you don't ever really learn why the bots are taking the trades that they are. Okay. So anyways, if you have your own bot, it's okay. You can use your own algorithm, but just don't go out and purchase one and use it for trading. Now, getting into the DCA, I've had a big issue, especially on the Apex side of things, with how they treat DCAing. But I really like how Tradeify is approaching the DCAing, right? Basically what Tradeify is saying is that don't just recklessly average down and average down and average down into a losing position, right? If the trade is just massively running against you, don't keep averaging down, okay? Pick a zone, right? If you have a support or resist zone, whatever it may be, right? Pick a zone to accumulate. It's okay to add to a position that's currently just is briefly losing, all right? So you can average down as long as you're doing it strategically and it's in a zone that makes sense for you to DCA, right? But if say you get long and then the NASDAQ is just falling off a cliff and just straight up sinking to the downside, and you're just losing and losing and losing, don't continue to add and add and add and try to get a better average price, because at that point you're just doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on your loss, and chances are you're going to blow your account. Now, sometimes you can get lucky to where you average down and it just massively rips back into your favor and you make a lot of money. The problem with that is once you start winning that way, it becomes a habit that's very hard to break. You're training your brain to think, oh, well, if I'm just losing, I can just average down and average down and average down, and then it can just massively rip in my favor and I'm going to win. That's a dangerous habit to teach yourself, right? Because it's also a very hard habit to break, right? Because us as humans, we naturally don't want to be wrong, right? We're wired to try to want to be right. And so it's hard to accept, especially if you get into the habit of not accepting that you're wrong and hoping to get lucky. That's going to give you that dopamine hit, right? Especially when you become right in the trade, you're gonna get that dopamine hit. You're gonna be like, oh man, this is great. I'm making a lot of money because I average down. I'm gonna do this all the time, when it's not gonna work that way all the time. Even majority of the time, it probably won't even work that way. So, but again, accumulating in a zone is okay. I do that. I just, again, don't average down recklessly on a losing trade, right? Because that's gonna probably wreck you. Now, getting into the micro scalping. They have changed and simplified the micro scalping down to where 50% or more of your profit must come from trades held longer than 5 seconds, right? So don't go just gamble on news. Pretty much is what they're saying. Don't gamble on news for like, a couple seconds before, make a quick hit and then get out, right? 50% of your profit must come from trades held held longer than 5 seconds, right? Pretty easy to do. I mean, 5 seconds, I feel like a long trade for me is like 2 minutes, right? I mean, I'm a quick scalper. 5 seconds, you should not be in and out of a trade within 5 seconds. Like, that's just too much. But again, that's their rules. They've changed it. Just have 50% or more of your profits held longer than 5 seconds. Easy rule, a rule I am down with. Takes out that gamble mentality, right? It's not a good thing if you're just in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, right? Hold it for longer. It's better anyways, right? The next thing they did was the news trading. They have removed all rules, right? There are no more rules when it comes to trading. You can trade however you want, but just understand one thing. News is extremely volatile. I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten trapped in a news event where it just absolutely wrecked me and blew my account. I have blown so many accounts, especially early on in my career of trading futures. I have blown so many accounts trading news. At the end of the day, they are not worth it, right? You might get lucky and you might catch a move to the right side, but again, you're getting lucky. And to gamble your account in hopes of getting lucky to make that money is not worth putting your account at risk, because if you do lose, you're going to feel like total crap because you just blew your account gambling on news when you knew you could have just taken things slow, had longevity in the account, and racked up profits. Now instead you're back to square zero because you gambled on news and you lost, right? So just don't gamble news, right? It's not worth it. You can trade it if you want to. I'm not telling you what to do. Do whatever you want. This is just advice, right? Let me rephrase that. This is not financial advice, but I advise you not to trade news. Let's throw that out there because it is gambling. At the end of the day, you're gambling. You don't know what news is going to do. News could be really good, but then sink the market, or news could be really bad and then rip the market. It seems that the trend or the theme lately is bad news is good news and good news is bad news. You just never really know what's going to happen during news. So just don't risk it. That easy, right? But anyways, guys, that is the rule changes that Tradeify has made. I'm super excited about this. They are running at 45% off right now. You can use that link down in the description to go get that 45% off. Would much appreciate that. And guys, if you like this kind of content, smash that like button. It's a Freeway World channel, right? It's Freeway. Smash that like button. Again, free masterclass over my initial balance strategy coming up on the 27th of this month. You do not want to miss it. You got to join Discord to be in it. That link is down in the description as well. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.